A self-acclaimed disciple of Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, Simon Ekpa, has reacted to warnings by the body asking Southeasterners to bury their dead within 3 days. Ekpa said IPOB's charge of burying dead bodies in the southeast within 3 days was an Islamic agenda. Recall that IPOB's spokesman Emma Powerful had warned people of the southeast against keeping their dead in the mortuary. Powerful said delay in burial rites was responsible for the problems bedeviling the southeast. He called on religious leaders in the southeast to ensure that dead bodies were buried within 3 days. The IPOB spokesman warned that IPOB might shut down mortuaries in the southeast. In a series of tweets, Ekpa wrote, "Our attention has been drawn to a publication of some expelled criminals in IPOB urging Indigbo to bury corpses within 3 days. Please disregard such news. It doesn't represent our culture. They are now out with their Islamic beliefs, the reason some of them went to Kuwait." They went to Kuwait and changed their names. One of the expelled criminals, his name in Kuwait is Mohammed Abbas, while his Nigerian name is Chinasa Umoru. Our people will continue to give respect to the dead. It is part of our culture. Very interesting. I don't know what the essence of this is. I don't know how relevant this is, to be honest. I mean, it seems very gory, but I've not heard of any reports charging members of the southeast or basically southeasterners to bury the dead within 3 days, and I don't also have proof if that itself is an Islamic belief, tradition, or law. And yeah, it's shady. I don't know what to say about that. Well, let's look at the comments. Houses and Igbos are always at logheads, but God created us one, a house that is divided against itself, cannot stand. Both of you are expired and criminals. We are going into Nigeria mainstream politics to get out of marginalization, okay? Very funny IPOB people. What concerns your stupid culture with Islamic agenda if you keep your dead one at home forever and never bury them again? Okay, I don't really know what the energy is, what this means, but really, I think I'm gonna take this personally with a pinch of salt. I don't think this news, to be honest, because again, Simon Ekpa, there's been some, from what I can recall, there's been some conflict with himself and IPOB, whereby they in terms of him being based in Finland, and of course he calls himself it's described as a self-acclaimed disciple of Nnamdi Kanu. So really, he's not endorsed by IPOB any longer. And before, I think he was. Something must have happened, must have said something, and then IPOB sort of just, I guess, dethroned him or took away his rights, whatever. I don't know, whatever title he had. He was stripped of the title anyways. And since then, I think IPOB has done or has been intentional to dissociate themselves from this individual. And so it's not surprising that, he is described as a self-acclaimed disciple of Nnamdi Kanu, because before that, he was, I guess you could say, one who was very much under the leadership and, I guess, mentorship of Nnamdi Kanu. And everyone sort of knew that. Quick burial has nothing to do with Islam. But then if it has nothing to do with Islam, what is the rush then that within 3 days a lot of bodies have to be buried? That's a lot of burial in 3 days. And you know how Nigerians love to party, let's be honest, with every event. It's even with burials too. Usually it is a big celebratory event. So I guess they're gonna have to be quick with this. Once you're a Christian, your culture gives way. Bury the dead within 24 hours is the Christian way, or keep your dead ones culturally according to the dictates of your culture without involving the church. Be fully Christ-like. Christians put themselves in tight corners looking for money the wrong way because of burial when our Messiah has made it easy? Why keep the dead bodies in mortuaries, whereas in the Holy Bible, mortuary owners should change their line of business? So what? I'm not sure. I really don't understand. If anyone can come argue where or what the right is or the specifics of burying the dead in Christianity, then please come clarify, because I really do not even know how to respond to this, or I can't say that this is factual or not factual. Doesn't make sense. Lord, Islam is the greatest. If you like, don't even bury your dead. It is your business. Islam is not even aware of what you're doing with your dead bodies. Damn, that is very harsh. You make life difficult for your people for nothing. I mean, I really don't know, to be honest. And I think at the end of the day, what Ekpa just said, it's very triggering, the fact that in that statement it does bring out some tension with Islam. And so you claiming that burial of, the I guess rushed and urgent burial of dead bodies in the southeast is in Islamic tradition. So what if they both coincide and the same thing or the same action is made but it has different meanings? Because you saying that it's an Islamic rite or Islamic tradition, you are passing a different message across, trying to say do not practice it because it's Islam, and that in itself would obviously get those that practice the faith to speak against you or to be offended. And it's not surprising. We just have to be careful with the things that we do say. Trying to say it's an Islamic rite, you've got to prove it. I mean, I'm not saying that I can prove it, and I'm not, I don't know what else to say about that. But I think at the end of the day, why you'd have a lot of, Muslims really in the comment section taking this very personally is the fact that, they're like, okay, fine, we don't care. Islam doesn't care about whatever, you choose to do, and the process you're going to take to bury dead bodies, it just is not part. And I think, again, it's just unnecessary. I mean, to think that he was part of IPOB and now he's not, and to be honest, let's be honest, I think from what I can remember, there are things that Simon Ekpa actually says or must have said on, Radio Biafra, which I think was where he was working when he was part of Biafra, that really maybe I think must have been the reason why he was stripped and was, and IPOB dissociated themselves from him, because there's certain things he said that IPOB was just like, listen, we are not going to be represented under this individual, and this individual saying things in our name. And so in that regard, I guess, this also goes to show that Simon Ekpa has to be careful with the things that he says. Put what you think about this in the comment section below. And do not forget to like and subscribe.